can't love two masters. The first property of all life is desire. Your eyes desire to see, your ears desire to hear, your nose desires to smell, your tongue desires to taste, your blood desires to flow, your hands desire to touch. Everything in creation is a raging desire. That desire that's in creation, words that we use for it are fire or passion. Passion, longing, craving, appetite. All of those things are befitting because desire was designed for God. There is nothing that exists that doesn't have desire in it. Nothing. Everything has appetite. The deception in that is that desire was never designed to be outside of God. Desire was only created for God. And you've heard me say this, but again, repetition is the mother of learning. Your desire is as wide, as deep, as tall as God is. Desire was designed to explore God, to know God, to experience God. Its desire is the fish, is the rod fishing that you throw out to catch. Depending on how your desire is will determine what comes into your life. That's why everyone has an addiction point in their life. No one is without an addiction point. Desire is the connecting point to the addiction point, but the addiction point was supposed to be God and not anything else. So anytime you throw that rod out to coke, it comes back wanting more cocaine. Anytime you desire, you throw that rod out for sex, it comes back wanting more. And Ecclesiastes says there are two things that are not filled. One of them is said is the eyes. Right here he says the three things in the world: lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, pride of life. See, I don't care how old you are, how much you know, you cannot beat this law of desire. You either work with God or work against it with your desires. You see, you have to come into God for God to change your life. Draw nigh to me, I'll draw nigh to you. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul, thy strength. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as you do yourself. The first piece is the catalyst to it all. See, a lot of us are trying to love and we're not with God. We're not spending time with God. You can't love. You don't have it to give. When people hurt you, when things have gone wrong or things in your life ain't right, you can't find in your soul the stuff to give out. You don't even have the stuff to heal yourself. You see those places about the fire? Don't let the fire go out. Those are metaphors. God is speaking to the passions of man's life. Let the heat for God, let the passion for God never run out. Never let it dry up, because always remember, if my passion for God is drying up, that means my passion has turned to something else, because passion must exist. Desire must exist. I can't have love without God. I can't have life without God. I can't have light without God. And I can have as much of it as I want, Bernard, based on my desire. Do you know I can't turn the desire on in here? You know God can't even fan the flame. What God will do, Pastor, is he'll come and brush up on you, and there you'll sense him. He's waiting on you to respond. But only you can fan the flame of your heart. No one else can do that. I told you, you can't even, people think that God ministers to your heart. Technically, he really doesn't. God speaks, but you allow your heart to be ministered to by you opening up to him. Listen, you have more authority than you know. When you get to heaven, you're not going to be sitting around God saying, Lord, why couldn't I have more of you? You need to get your love back to God. Because none of this stuff works without me connecting to him first. Because remember, he loved me first. We're responding to God.